Oh, got an accident. Oh dear. So, wow. Okay. I leave that to you. I believe you already know what to do about that. Hello, everybody. Welcome. Where are you watching us from? Let's know where you're watching us from everywhere. This is Family Aspect, and we are live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, streaming right now. So, wherever you're watching from, enjoy the live session. It's going to be of a huge benefit to you. And I will encourage you to share the live stream because of what we're going to be talking about today. Yes, people are watching all over the place from Uganda, from Ghana, from Madrid, Spain, from Cape Town. Is that Ghana? Cape Coast? Kenya. We have people watching from Kenya all over the place. Right now, I want to celebrate every one of you for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. This is beautiful. This is beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. For those of you watching, obviously on all of these platforms, I believe you can hear me loud and clear from Malawi. My goodness, Malawi. Been a while I've seen Malawians. Well, Botswana, New York City, South Africa. Thank you, everybody. Welcome from all over the world. Where is Canada people? Where is Australia people? Where are they? Because I think we should celebrate you also. Thank you for joining us still. I welcome every one of you. For those of you who actually, yes, Australia should be here. I knew we would have Australia here. Thank you for joining us from Australia. Okay. Um, Firstly, I want to talk about something that is very important to many people in their relationship. This is silent treatment, withdrawal, emotional withdrawal, and emotional control. These are very three dangerous things that happen that destroy marriages. They are called dangerous habits. These are terrible habits that everybody must walk away from. Silent treatment, emotional withdrawal, and emotional control. They are not healthy. Very destructive behavior and patterns that you must break away from. Very destructive. And it will make no sense if we don't talk about it. It will make no sense if we don't address it regularly. We have to let you know no matter what you feel, no matter how you feel, no matter what you're gaining from these patterns, they are extremely dangerous. They are not healthy. They will destroy your relationships. It's just a matter of time. They will destroy your home. You will, in fact, children that are born under these circumstances are are fortunate to be a victim and a victim of these patterns, really, because it's just like a transfer of generational pattern. So silent treatment can be transferred, emotional withdrawal can be transferred, emotional control can be transferred. These are patterns that children can copy. You don't need to sit them down and teach them. They will just copy. It's an impartation. It just happens. Because that's what they observe. That's the emotional environment that they grow in. So that's what will happen. So it's a very serious issue. Saru from Italy, thank you for joining us from Italy. Now listen, sometimes the loudest form of emotional control in a relationship is silence. Silence is one of the loudest form of emotional control. No shouting, no insult, no physical fight even, no dramatic argument, just silence. Just silence. Just silence. And this is happening in many relationships. It's not healthy. It's not healthy at all. It's not healthy at all. It's not healthy at all. Now, I'm not sure those of you who is watching me on YouTube. Anyone watching on YouTube, please let me know if you can hear me. I need to know if people can hear me on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. You guys can hear me on TikTok anyway. Let me find out if those watching me on YouTube can hear me so that we know how to go about it. Because we are streaming now. View channel. Yes, we are streaming live. YouTube can hear me. Okay, yes. The sound is there. They can hear me, so just in case. Now share the live stream, like, hit it. Hit the like button, and also what I mean by that is let's tap on the screen. So I said the loudest form of emotional control in most relationship today is silence. Silence has become the largest form of emotional control. It is not shouting anymore. It is not even an insult. It is not physical fight anymore. It is not dramatic arguments. Just silence. You are asking them what is wrong. They will tell you nothing. But something is definitely wrong. But all you get is, I said nothing. Can we talk? You ask them. Guess what they do? They walk away. They walk away. You send them a message. They will read it and deliberately refuse to respond. You saw it. They read it. It is marked read, but they will not respond. You try to explain yourself to them. They become colder. They take on a cold shoulder. And eventually, you find yourself apologizing. Not necessarily because you were wrong. Oh, it's not because you were wrong, but because you desperately want the relationship. You want the relationship to feel the normal thing. You want to feel that things are normal again. I want you to listen very carefully. That is the part I want to talk to you about. I want you to pay attention to. That part I just explained is what I want you to pay attention to. Because there is a major difference between someone talking, or how do I put it? There's a major difference between someone taking a healthy space to regulate. They want to regulate their emotions. Okay, I need some space. I need some time. I need some time out just to cool off and all of that. To regulate their emotions is different from someone using emotional withdrawal to make you feel uncomfortable so that you can surrender to them. There's a reason why the emotional control is there, just to make you feel uncomfortable so that you surrender. You surrender your will, you surrender your opinions, you surrender your choices, you surrender your emotions to them. It's all about winning. Silent treatment is all about winning. It's all about control. Emotional withdrawal is all about control. And many people cannot tell the difference. The other day, somebody came in here and said, oh, silent treatment is good because that's when I need some time off. I just take some time to, if I don't talk to you, I just need some time for myself. I said, that's not the reason. There's no correlation to that. It's not the same. What you're saying two different things and you are seeing it as one. It's not the same. to take the time off and regulate and come back to the issue to address it is different from avoiding the issue completely without communicating with your partner, without letting them know what is going on in your mind, and then keeping them quiet. And that prolong. We're talking about days. Sometimes it may go on to months. What do you call that? That's not maturity. That's emotional immaturity at work. And again, a pattern is being cultivated, which is called silent treatment, emotional withdrawal. These are patterns. And you are destroying the relationship because you are now emotionally controlling your partner. So today, I want to help you understand silent treatment. I want to help you understand emotional withdrawal. I want to help you understand emotional control. Why you should not allow it to continue in your relationship or marriage. And if you have anybody that you're dating, especially those that are not married, if you're dating someone that possesses these patterns, why you should begin to think twice before you say I do. Because some of you are becoming emotionally exhausted trying to communicate with someone who has learned that withholding emotions, withholding connection, give them power. There are people who think that that is the only way they can rule, they can dominate the relationship. This is what gives them power, by withholding connection from you. They can see how you roll, how things get on with you, how you lose yourself, how you become weak when they withdraw emotional connection, when they withdraw communication from you. They can see that you are no longer yourself. It messes you up. It messes you up. And because it messes you up, they can see it. They know what it does to you. So they stay on it. Can you imagine watching your partner that you claim you love emotionally destabilize right in front of you, and you celebrate it and you wish to do more? You can see that what you're doing is hurting them, and you literally continue. You just have to think that, this is my time. Why did you marry the person in the first place? So let's look at this. What is exactly is silent treatment? What exactly is silent treatment? Let's start with that. Silent treatment is not being quiet. Don't tell me it's all about being quiet. Somebody said peace is quiet, silent is quiet. I said, okay, what's the difference? They said they are the same. I said, no, they are not. So silent is not being quiet. Everybody become quiet sometimes. But some people need to process emotions before they speak. Yeah, some people need to process emotions before speaking. Some people withdraw temporarily because they are overwhelmed. That alone does not automatically mean emotional manipulation. First, I will talk about healthy space, because a lot of people, especially men, they think that when they use silent treatment, it's like getting them a healthy space. They are actually requesting for a healthy space, or they are requesting for a space. Okay, let me not use the word healthy yet. The word space, I just need space. That's why I'm not talking to you. I just need space. That's why I don't reply you. I just need space. That's why I don't want to talk. I just need space. That's why I'm quiet. I just need space. I just need space. Okay. Now you have been needing the space. The space is getting longer and longer. It is from 1 week, is now going to 2 weeks. From 2 weeks to 3 weeks. Now it's 1 month. You are still needing space. And now it's 2 months. Is still space you need? Do you know that you have just ignored somebody that you love so much for 2 months? Somebody you claim that you love have been ignored for 2 months without talking to them for 2 months, a whole 2 months, and you live in the same place. So let me tell you what healthy space look like, so that you know what you're doing in between. Healthy space is I am too upset to have this conversation right now. I am too upset to have this conversation properly at the moment. So give me an hour or two and I will come back to it and we'll discuss it. Or can't you just give me some time? When I come back in the evening or when we all gather later in the day, we will address this issue better. Is that okay? I'm too upset right now. I'm really, really mad right now that I will not have a good conversation right now. So I'm not gonna give it a chance because I might lose myself. So give me just 1 hour or two, and I'll be back later and we'll talk about it. All right. Can I call you back in an hour or two, or can we meet up in an hour or two and then we can talk about it once I am regulated or calm? That is what a healthy space sounds like. And that is called emotional regulation. That's the best way I can put it. If you are not doing that, then what you have is silent treatment. If you are not doing what I just said, what you have is silent treatment. Healthy space still communicate. Whether or not you're going to call back later and talk about it, it is still part of the process of communicating because you did not withdraw communication. You just told the person to give you a space of 1 hour or two where you come back and then have the communication going and have the conversation. Healthy space also has boundaries. Healthy space has a return point. You must come back to talk about it. It's not about ignoring the issue. No, it's about ensure that you regulate and then come back to handle and repair the conflict. So handling and repairing the conflict is the coming back. That is healthy space. But when you do not come back, when you do not even address the situation, and you do not communicate with the person, then you have chosen the other part of it, which is unhealthy space. And it is that unhealthy space we call silent treatment. Unhealthy silent. So let me describe that. You tell them, I'm going to remove. This is just it. It's not like telling them, you act it. You make up your mind inside. You say, you know what? I'm going to remove my emotional access to this person until they become uncomfortable enough to do what I want. That is silent treatment at work. Now the silent becomes punishment until they do what you want, until they agree on what you demanded, you requested. And that is when silence become unhealthy. And that is the treatment. The treatment is, or the punishment is, you want to get something out of making someone uncomfortable by withdrawing access, communication, access to emotional availability. You see it now? So you withdraw access, you withdraw intimacy, you withdraw communication, you withdraw time. So all of this is to ensure that the person is uncomfortable enough to break so that they can offer to you what they refused, so that they can make you feel that, okay, you won, you got it. A lot of people use it against people that has boundaries. Imagine you build a boundary around your life and then you met this person and this person knows that, okay, this is what you say you will not do. For instance, you met a guy or a lady that you told, you know what, I'm not going to have intimacy until we are heading somewhere, until we are married. And we know that we're having something in common, that we're married. We have to be certain. So you have boundaries in place, but this person wants that. And then guess what they will do? They might use silent treatment. After you may have invested yourself one way or the other, they might use silent treatment one way or the other to control that environment. For instance, they might push your button a little bit and try to ask you, oh, let's have fun. And then you say, no, I told you about this. And then guess what? They go quiet. And from that moment, they took their car keys or took their whatever it is and they walk away. And now they will not talk to you. They read your message, they will not reply. They listen to your voice note, they will not respond. They will pick your call, they will not say anything. And then you are just there wondering, are you there? Are you still angry? Is it what I said? But you know now, why are you not replying my message? Now, all of that is to make you feel uncomfortable enough so that you can say, okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It will not happen again. And then that is when they will not respond. Okay, what do you mean you are sorry? I'm sorry of what I did to you. I'm sorry that. I'm sorry this. But what do you mean? They want you to say that what you did to them by denying them access, by breaking your own boundary, by lowering your boundary, that you will not do it again. Now they want you to lower your boundary. So you standing up for your boundary, they don't want you to do that anymore. So eventually now you now say, okay, I'm sorry. Let's meet tomorrow. Can we meet tomorrow? So we'll just put all of these things behind us. I say, okay, now they are responding. And then tomorrow they come expecting. And guess what? A lot of people actually fall for that. And they break their boundaries. They become more emotionally invested in a wrong pattern. They can see unhealthy pattern, but they don't know that it's unhealthy, but they just live on it. But these are patterns. Someone has used unhealthy behavior, unhealthy pattern to control you and manipulate you to make you lower your boundary. And now your value has just been lost to them. They no longer see you as the same, because they know no matter what you say you would do, they can break through if they want it, or if they want the opposite. You understand what I mean? Now silence becomes punishment. The person stops speaking to you. They stop responding normally. They withdraw affection. They refuse eye contact. They sleep separately from you. Husband is upstairs, wife is downstairs. Husband is in the, what do you call it, in the guest room, wife is in the children's room or something. Ignoring messages, becoming deliberately cold. You just become deliberately cold. You give one word answer. We are talking a one word answer. I thought we were going to go for that yesterday, and I was waiting for you to yes, no. One word answer, no explanation, no detail. They walk around the house behaving as though you do not exist. Silent treatment. And the frightening thing is that they may never actually tell you what is supposedly that you do wrong. And the thing, I mean, they will not tell you what is wrong. Some people will not tell you. They will just say, you know. So even though you're asking, what did I do wrong? Are you asking me? My friend, are you asking me? They will not tell you. So now you start investigating yourself. You start asking, was it what I said? Was it what I did? Should I apologize? Okay, wait. Did I offend him? Did I offend her? What did I say wrong? They are not talking because they will not tell you. So you now begin to investigate yourself. I'm just showing you how silent treatment manipulates, how he destroys people. This is how silent treatment work. And then after a while, the sufferer, the one who is punished, start asking, maybe I should apologize. Or maybe I should. Then they will start talking to their friends and say, he's not talking to me. Oh, mommy, daddy, he's not talking to me. I don't know what to say. She's not talking to me. I don't know what I did. Okay, maybe I should apologize. And maybe just apologize first. If you apologize, maybe then he will now open up. And then you go and I say, honey, I'm sorry. Oh, you're not talking. Whatever I did, forgive me. Guess what? You're beginning, and you didn't do anything wrong. Maybe you didn't do anything wrong, because sometimes a lot of these things is control. Then you now say, oh, I shouldn't have brought up the subject. I should have talked about it. I should have just, maybe I am asking for too much. You are not asking for too much. And because of that personal investigation, while you are investigating and finding out all those things, you start judging yourself. And slowly, their silent treatment, that silence start controlling your behavior. And that is where it becomes emotionally dangerous. Because when somebody doesn't need, to tell you what to do anymore, do you understand? When they don't have to tell you what to do anymore, the fear of their withdrawal begins to train you. You are not being trained for them. That's why you see a lot of people that suffer silent treatment also give it back to the partner. If you were punished with silent treatment long enough, the person who have been receiving the punishment will mirror it to you. It's a reflection. They will start reflecting it back. They'll say, I will give to you what you have been giving to me. I will do it to you so that you know how it is. And that is the dangerous part, because you have just been created. The person have finished work on you. He has done finished work. That silent treatment pattern has been transferred completely to you. Now you are now them. You know what I mean by transfer? You know, when the transfer is complete, it's 100%. Now you have become. By the time you are now, after trying to get them out of the silent treatment, and they did not get out of it, and now you are not the one acting as though both of you are now in the same thing. So you are not doing the same thing. They have done their work. You have been converted. You have been won over to that pattern. So you have become. It is called an impact. You have been imparted. So what that means is you have eventually become like the person who was punishing you, as long as you're also using silent treatment, punishing them. So both of you are now one. You have now become one. So even though you leave that relationship because of that reason, because that transfer was complete, when you go to another relationship, you might not become the person that is using a silent treatment and emotional control for your partner. It is easy now because it's inside you. That's the damage. Let me explain better. You'll get it now. Am I communicating at all? Does it make sense? Does it make sense? I need to hear from you. So what is the solution? I'm coming to that. They're coming to that. Understand that is a pattern. It is not the solution that you need to ask for first. You want to ask, how did it begin? Where did you get that pattern from? What is leading to it? Once you understand what is making you to do it, then you can easily stop it by following the instructions that you'll be given. Some of you are not experiencing peace in your relationship. You are experiencing appeasement because you are always trying to restore peace. Peace means that two emotional responsibility or emotionally responsible people can disagree, they can communicate, they can repair, they can reconnect. That is peace. I told you before, there's a big difference between peacekeeping and peacemaking. Many of you are keeping peace instead of making peace. That's the problem. Something go wrong, guess what you do? Instead of talking about it, you keep quiet. Say, I just want to keep peace. So I'm just keeping peace. I'm just keeping. That's why I don't want to talk about it. I'm just keeping peace. You are destroying your home. You are destroying your relationship without knowing, because all of those things will accumulate. And guess what happened? Because they are accumulating, it will turn you to become resentful. It will lead to resentment because nothing is being done. and it's just piling up. And that resentment is what breaks you, is what leads to emotional withdrawal. Are you getting it now? That's what leads to emotional withdrawal. That resentment. And resentment is deadly. That one is just another element of his own. So, in a case where you have to be the one chasing for peace, a lot of things happen. Because the partner that you're supposed to make peace with is not emotionally matured enough to be responsible for what caused the problem. They are not responsible enough to handle the disagreement. And you want the disagreement to be resolved. You want the communication to happen. You want things to get back to normal. You want reconnection. But they don't want it. So now you learn something. It's called appeasement. Appeasement means you have learned what you need to do so that you, whenever they withdraw, you know how to protect yourself. So you tell them, I have learned something. No. Anytime you keep me silent, you use silent treatment, I have learned what to do. So that whenever you use silent treatment on me, it will not work. I will know how to protect myself. That is called appeasement. So you become the emotional repair department of the relationship. That means you will now start learning to withdraw as they withdraw. Or they will withdraw, you will be the one, first of all, to pursue. And then you're pursuing them. The more you chase, the more they withdraw. They become cold. You become warmer. Because you're trying to appease. Then guess what? They stop talking. You start planning or explaining your plans, telling them, okay, you want things to work. They create distance. You start apologizing. And eventually, you are doing all the emotional labor that is required to restore the connection. And this connection, you are not the one that did it. You didn't cause it. I mean, this disconnection that is happening is not your fault. You are not the one that causes this disconnection, but you are the one trying to connect and restore it. And that is exhausting, because you can literally tell that you are not at fault. You are not the one that created the problem, but you are part of the problem now because you are partners. So you are trying to fix it, or they are trying to avoid it. And now, after these things happen repeatedly, you may begin believing that, if I can just communicate better, maybe they won't shut down again. Not necessarily. It's a pattern. Because sometimes your communication is not the main problem. The pattern is the problem. Once you don't know that it is a pattern, you'll be trying to resolve things that you didn't cause. You will trying to get them out of silent treatment that is not your problem. Because the marriage is not the cause of the silent treatment. The relationship is not the cause of the silent treatment. Yes, the event may have triggered it. That shows you that the person came into the relationship, into the marriage with that pattern. And this is why emotional diagnosis matter. Some of you today that are very good, I mean, not good, I won't say good, it's not a comment, I'm not commending you. Many of you that practice silent treatment as a way of communication or as a way of control, it is not your wife or your husband or your boyfriend or your girlfriend that made you to do it. It is a pattern that you brought into the relationship. And I'm just telling you the truth, it's a pattern. Yes, they did something wrong. Yes, they said something wrong. There is always a better way to go about it. So why silent treatment? Because that's your pattern. That's your language. That's your communication channel. That's the only way you can do. That's the only way you can communicate. That's your partner. You see it? And because you cannot fix what you have incorrectly identify, you will repeat it because you don't know why you are doing it. And that's why it's a pattern. That's why emotional diagnosis is very important. That's why I talk about emotional diagnosis. That's why I refer to people to do. Because you are doing it now, you may not know why you're doing it. And let me tell you something. This is very interesting. Silent treatment is not caused by one thing. There are different emotional injury that project into silent treatment. So we cannot say that just because you were abandoned as a child, that's the reason you have silent treatment. No. It could be rejection. It could be an abuse. It could be that you don't like conflict. You grew up seeing people fighting in your home. So because of that, you learn to be quiet. It could be. So there are different things that may have led to silent treatment as a pattern. So that means emotional injuries. That's what I mean by different things. Different events in your life, different emotional injury that may have led to it. So that is why emotional diagnosis is important. So you know exactly what is happening. You want to know how you became a silent treatment punisher. You want to know. Because it's not the same, it's the same thing with everyone. Everyone, I mean, people that are using silent treatment as a way of communication, their reason for being it is not the same. So I want you to know that upfront so that you will not say, okay, maybe there's one particular thing that is making people silent to become silent treatment punishers. No. There are different emotional experiences that leads to it. And that's why diagnosis is important. And the reason why some people do it is because they have become afraid of difficult conversations. That's another reason. There are people who are afraid of difficult conversations. It's another sign why people use silent treatment. They're afraid of difficult conversations. They grow up running away from that. You have to start rehearsing conversation before you speak to your partner. And you think, okay, how can I? So because you don't know which way to communicate these things, you go quiet. You can't explain yourself, you can't communicate these things, you just go. So people will use that again. That's one of the reasons. Yeah, it becomes harmful when the other person is being punished. It becomes harmful when the other person is being punished. That's where the problem is. So because you don't know what word to use to address the issue, you are afraid not to upset them when you want to talk. They say, okay, if I say something, it might upset them. So if I use the word now, it might do this. So you zip. Maybe if I should just wait until they are in a better mood, I might just talk to them, but they never be. Zoom. Maybe I shouldn't bring it up. I should not do it. The last time I did it, it led to that. So I zip. So eventually you stop raising legitimate concern because you already know what is coming or what will happen. So a lot of people are using silent treatment because their own partner does not understand them. So their own partner have put them in a place whereby they are afraid of difficult conversation. Because every time they have conversation with this partner, it goes outside the box. It always leads to issues. So now, instead of them to have that conversation, they zip. Now, they might try it multiple times to try to talk, but if the partner is not responding maturely, they zip. Are you getting it now? So these are very important things to look into. They are very important things to look into. Do not think that everybody is influenced by one particular way. People, when I mean everybody, people that are using silent treatment as a way of communication, the impact, the reason why they do it is not the same. It's not the same with everybody. Many of them are doing it for different kind of reasons. Only diagnosis will prove it. That's why I can't tell you one or two now. I can tell you different things, but only diagnosis will tell you. And that diagnosis is tied to your upbringing, is tied to your history, relationship, whatever is tied to it. It's tied to it. Remember, what I'm trying to tell you is not all silent or silence is silent treatment. Remember that. I told you that before. Because a lot of times people don't get it clearly. A healthy person can say to you, you know what? I am becoming overwhelmed by what you're doing. I need an hour or two to just calm down, or give me a day. I need to try, just stay in a place. I'll come back tomorrow, then we'll talk about it. Because there's communication. That's a healthy one. You are communicating with the person. You carry them along. Then when you go to a motel or a place where you relax and say you are just there, you can still talk to them. You can still send them a message. I just arrived at my quiet time hotel. I'm going to just spend some time to rest and relax. Remember, we're still going to talk about the issue tomorrow when I arrive. You are carrying them along. No, you understand? And then at the time you're going to bed in that, I'll say, look around. I'm in my room now. I'm going to bed. Good night. Good night. Then you are regulated. The issue is kept on hold until tomorrow. That is the highest you can go. Anything more than that, it is not healthy. So you can do it within hours. 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. That is a healthy way of going silent. That means I need some time. I will come back to this matter. We will talk about it, because right now, the way I feel, I don't think if I open my mouth, I might say what I didn't want to say. So let me go and just regulate myself. I'll come back to address this matter with you later. That is a healthy silent. It's not more than a 24-hour experience. It's within the hours. And that's it. Anything outside that is silent treatment. You will still say, healthy one, you will still communicate, have the conversation going. So you don't call this one emotional punishment, because it's not. This is called emotional regulation. Healthy space has communication in it. It has purpose and it has return. Do not forget. Healthy space has communication, has purpose, has return. I have given you multiple examples of how to do it. So don't say it is the same thing as silent treatment. No, it is not. The person tells you what is happening, and then they do not deliberately leave you wondering whether the relationship is over. No, they will not. And then, importantly, they will come back to address the issue. But unhealthy emotional withdrawal, which is called silent treatment, is different. Once you raise a concern, the person shuts down. You raise a concern, your partner shuts down. And you ask them, what is wrong? Why are they shutting down? They'll say nothing. And you try again. They'll tell you, leave me alone. I said nothing. But why are you not talking? Is it what I said? Now they leave you in a place where you have to be investigating yourself now. Is it what I said? Is it what I did? What is it now? Then hours later, they are still not talking. From hours, it becomes days. They are still telling you, leave me alone. I said nothing. From days, it has become weeks. They are still telling you, I don't want to talk. I said, now, this time around, they walk around the same house with you in the house. You know, most of the time, they will not even eat your food anymore. It's getting worse. Now, they don't sleep in the same bed with you anymore. They go to work, they talk to everybody else, but not you. They will laugh. They'll be laughing on the phone. They'll be laughing with somebody on the phone while you are there, and they don't laugh with you. Once they finish the call, they frown their face, long face again, as though they were not the one laughing just now. They will pick calls from their friends and relatives and family members, but not you. They will talk to the children, but they won't talk to you. They play around the children, they talk to the children, and they will not talk to you. When it comes to you, they are silent. Once you enter the issue and say, what are you guys talking about? Then they zip up. They will tell the children, okay, let me go. They will leave. They will excuse themselves because they don't want to talk to you. That is silent treatment. Did you notice what I'm describing? If somebody genuinely needed emotional space because they were overwhelmed, why can't they communicate normally with everybody else? Except the person that they are angry with. I'm just asking you, if somebody genuinely needed emotional space because they were overwhelmed. Let's say you are saying that you needed a healthy space, you just need some space. Okay, if that is what you're doing, why are you talking to everybody else normally except this person, except this your partner that offended you, that triggered you? Why are you talking to everyone else normally but this one? You see why context matters. So this silence, what is it serving? What function is it serving? One silence can become punishment. The relationship begins to develop an emotional power imbalance, power struggle. And slowly, you start learning that peace only exists when you don't upset them, you don't get them angry. And that's not true. You can disagree and still be peaceful and respectful. So, what is the impact? Let me use that word. What is the impact of silent treatment in a relationship? Number one, you walk on eggshells. You start walking on eggshells. This is one of the biggest consequences of repeated emotional withdrawal caused by silent treatment. Because silent treatment is an act of withdrawing emotions, communication, and access from your partner in order to control or punish them for what they did to you. That's silent treatment. So you withdraw access, you withdraw emotions, you withdraw communication, you withdraw intimacy. because you want them to know what they have done. It's a punishment. You want to see them destabilize. You want to see them broken. You want to see them beg. You want to see them on their knees. And because of that, the person in your life now will begin to walk on eggshells. The person you are punishing will begin to walk on eggshells. Every silent treatment punisher will make the person that they punish afraid of them. They will become hyper aware. Afraid in the sense that they will be walking on eggshells. They don't know how not to upset you. The sufferer become emotionally hyper aware. So before their partner will speak, they will be calculated. I'm talking about those who suffer silent treatment. Those who are victims of silent treatment, they walk on eggshells. Now, before you open your mouth to speak, you have to do a lot of calculation. If I say this way, maybe I should say this way. No, maybe I should just say this way. If I say this way, maybe this way. I don't want to make him hungry. Okay, maybe this is the right part. Maybe, okay, what if, okay, I will just wait for after he has eaten, or maybe after she has had this, after she's this, after she has done this, maybe. So you're walking on eggshells. And eventually, you begin editing yourself. So this is very important. A relationship is not emotionally safe simply because there is no shouting. If you cannot express a legitimate concern without fearing that your partner will abandon you, your partner will withdraw from you, your partner will punish you, without fearing all of those things, or that they will retaliate, then what you have is emotional safety problem. If you cannot express a legitimate concern without being afraid that your partner will retaliate, punish you, withdraw from you, or use emotional punishment, whichever way. If you can't express yourself, your concern legitimately, then you have a problem. It's called the emotional safety problem. And silent treatment destroy emotional safety. It erodes emotional safety. That's why a lot of people don't feel safe in their relationship after they have experienced a period of silent treatment. True or false? You are watching me. Is it not true? Talk to me. How can you feel safe emotionally around somebody who doesn't want to talk to you? You don't know their whereabouts. Emotionally, they are not predictable. They punish you. You will not be feeling safe. There are some women who says, my husband does not abuse me, but he's just quiet. He doesn't talk. I have to be digging words out of his mouth, and he doesn't talk. He's always quiet. You hear them say, oh, my wife is not aggressive, but she is completely shut down. She will just shut me out. I have to be asking her questions. She doesn't talk. The question is, what does that behavior do to you? Now, that is the diagnostic question. Does it leave you confused? That behavior, when your partner doesn't talk to you and they withdraw affection, they withdraw communication. Question, does it leave you confused? Does it leave you anxious? Talk to me in the comment section. Does it leave you rejected? Does it leave you desperate? What happens to you? Because all of this is a different experience with different people. Does it leave you constantly apologizing? Does it leave you afraid to raise issues? If that's the situation, then we need to look deeper. We need to look deeper than the word. We need to examine the relationship pattern surrounding your marriage, surrounding your relationship. We need to examine the pattern. It's damaging. You're walking on eggshell. Another thing that happened to those who suffer silent treatment in their relationship. I'm talking about the sufferer, not the punisher yet. The sufferer, the one who bears the brunt, the one who they punish with it, the one who they keep silent, the one who is keep asking questions. What have I done? Why are you not talking to me? That one, if you are that one, you are the one I'm talking to now. This is what is happening to you. You become the chaser. Every time you ask, talk to me now. Why are you not talking? Let's talk now. Pick my call. You have become the chaser. And this is where the relationship can become exhausting. And guess what? In most cases, this is where the silent treatment punishers want you to be. They want you to be the one chasing. So they withdraw affection. They withdraw communication. They withdraw whatever they want to withdraw. You can feel that they have withdrawn it. And now you begin to pursue. The more they withdraw, the more you chase after them. You call. And now you have called. How many times today? Almost 20 times. They have not returned one call. You are still calling. You begin to test. Now you will test. You will test. Normally you will test only 2-3 lines. This time you are writing pages. You are testing with pages. You will type, and send. Type, and pages. I mean, they are tired of reading. And the more you type, the more they ignore it. And now you try to explain. You send a voice note. You send a voice note explaining everything, because some voice note can take up to 3 minutes, 4 minutes. You will explain with apology. You also apologize. Now, by the time they don't respond, guess what you do? You want to go and knock on the door. You get the address. You are chasing. They have made you a chaser. And then once they finally open the door, what are you doing here? Well, you are not talking to me now. It's because you are not talking to me. You didn't pick my call. You didn't do this. You have sent message. Look at your message. Look at your message. You have become a chaser. Can't you see? Look at you. If you were to do a scope on you, just to look at your behavior and they play it and show you, if someone was to record all this behavior and play it back to you, you will not like yourself. You will hate yourself. If someone should play what you just did, the kind of person that you look like when you were chasing. And you start asking, can we please just resolve this? He's ripping me apart. Can we please just resolve it? Let's just resolve it. Okay, I'm sorry. Okay, you have not even started resolving. You're already apologizing. You see, that's what it makes you. It makes you admit to faults that you never made wrong. You start admitting to things you never did. And guess what? While you are doing that, they will pull away. They'll pull further away. Now you become more anxious. And this is where desperation comes in to some women and men. You become a stalker. You start using threats. We will do this thing. We are not going anywhere. Now you switch from chasing to become something else. So you try harder. Start begging on your knees. Sending your friends to go and beg. Sending family members to go and apologize. It's not that you did anything wrong. They say, what did you do? Actually, I can't tell. I just want you to go and beg him for me. Please beg her for me. I don't know. She's not talking to me. He is not talking to me. I don't know what to do. That's what you become. That's what silent treatment can make you. It makes you a chaser. So the relationship now, because of that, it will not develop a pattern. So now they control the connection and you fight to restore it. They control the connection, you fight to restore it. I want you to listen very carefully. The person who continually determines when communication begins in your relationship, the person who eventually determines when affection returns to the relationship. I want you to listen to what I'm talking about. The person who continually determines when conflict is over in the relationship. The person who continually determines when emotional connection is restored is the person that accumulates the power that controls the marriage, that controls the relationship. That's the person that manipulates things. That's the person that is the problem. I don't know if you heard me. The person that have the total control of when things should be done, when communication will return, when affection will return. They are the one in charge. They know when to return it. They know when to stop it, when to disconnect and reconnect. They know when the conflict will return or will be over. They are the one that determine when the conflict will be over. They are the one that determine when to talk to you, when not to talk to you. That is the person that has the power that controls the relationship. And that is the person that is the problem. That is the person that is the problem. Sometimes they know it. They know. They themselves, they know sometimes. They know you cannot tolerate the disconnection. They know. They have studied you. They know silent treatment makes you anxious. They know. They know it throws you off balance. They have already studied you. They have studied your emotional vortex. They know. They know what weakens you. A young man told me, he said, I know if I keep her silent, it breaks her. He said, that's why I do it. I say, Kai. And she doesn't know. And every time this guy keeps this lady silent, this woman is everywhere. Her emotions sat her. She's pursuing, chasing for cultures, all of those things. They know you hate conflict. They know. But they will give you what you hate. They know if they continue, you will eventually surrender. They know. If they continue, you will eventually surrender. So they use withdrawal as leverage. So the withdrawal now, the emotional silent treatment now, remember. So it becomes emotional leverage. They are leveraging. Now, I'm not saying that every emotional withdrawal that a partner does is consciously planned to manipulate you. No. I'm not saying that. Even they themselves, most of the time, they don't even know that it might lead to that extent. Sometimes this behavior comes from emotional immaturity. Do you understand? Sometimes the childhood conditioning, the way they were raised, the emotional environment that they were raised in has conditioned their emotions to be that way. Sometimes it's avoidance. They want to avoid conflict. Some people don't know this. There is such a thing called avoidant conflict pattern. Write it down. Avoidant conflict pattern. There are people who doesn't like conflict at all. They can't stand any form of it. So they avoid. So many of them zip. And they can go on for days. They can, as long as conflict is what they can go on for, they can go on for months. That's just their way. In reality, it's just to avoid. They know that you are trouble. Anywhere you go, you are conflict personified. And because you are conflict personified, and you meet somebody who doesn't like conflict, silent treatment is your portion. There is no way around it. They will not leave the marriage, they will not leave the relationship, but they will keep you silent. They will use silent treatment to regulate to regulate every part of you. So those are kind of people. You need to understand that there is such a thing called avoidant conflict pattern. Now, there are people who were raised in an environment of shame. So they have shame trauma. They're traumatized with shame. You see. So such people may use silence as a communication media for them. That's the only way they can express themselves, in silence, because of shame. Some people have poor emotional regulation. They have no idea of emotional intelligence at all. They don't even know their emotional triggers. They don't know how to regulate them. It is their emotions that control them. It is their emotions that help them to make decisions. So the decision is coming from their emotions. They act on their emotions. Poor emotional regulation. Every little thing their emotion tells them is what they do. And that means they act on their feelings. So if their feelings say they should go quiet, they will go quiet. And they can go silent for days. If their feeling tell them, don't talk, because you know you don't want to be hurt, you don't want to be pained, so just keep quiet. They can be there for days. I'm just showing you the dynamics of these things. There are people who grew up in houses where people never talk about difficult things. So quiet is the order. Everybody go quiet. So explanation is not the same thing as justification. So understanding why somebody behave the way they do does not mean you must pretend that the behavior is not hurting you or is not hurting the relationship. You have to also express it. And this is why just diagnosis matters a lot. Because two people can display the same behavior for completely different emotional reasons. And that's why, if this is happening to you, I always tell you to stop guessing. Because your guessing will not solve it. What you need is emotional diagnosis. And you book that section, and I'll be able to hear your story and also have some questions that would trigger your relationship upbringing and everything. We'll dig into all of that to see what has been happening. And then from there, we'll now know what is affecting the behavior that you're putting up that is destroying your relationship or your marriage. You see, it's a work. It's a lot of emotional work. But if you are bold enough to fix this, your life will turn out to be great. You will enjoy your relationship. You will enjoy it. Now, those who suffer from silent treatment, they are the one that apologize the most. You begin to apologize just to get them back. And I even in my illustration, I made some statement on that regards. So it will make you to become apologetic in nature. Silent treatment can turn someone who is suffering it to become apologetic. Every little thing you apologize, and you are always the one to apologize to get them back. It is, you see, you no longer consider the pattern and the behavior that they are putting up. And there's a reason why you also behave like that too. I wish I have time to dig deep into that, but let me just focus on this aspect. And this is where it becomes very dangerous emotionally. You are no longer apologizing because you understand what you did wrong. No. You are apologizing because you want the punishment to stop. This is where it's bad. It's completely dangerous. If your apology is not based on the fact that you are the one that did something wrong and you understand you were wrong, then you are actually emotionally sold out. That means that apology is now being done because you want the punishment to stop. They got you. It means done. Finish. They got you. That's about it. So every little thing, I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? I don't know. I don't know. But I just want us to be okay. I just want us to be okay. Can we just go back to normal? I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? I don't know now, but okay. That is not called, you see, don't call that one conflict resolution. It is not conflict resolution. That is emotional surrender. You have surrendered emotionally. You say, I'm a hands up, I've given up. Take me, use me for what you want to use me for. That's what you've done. It's called surrender. Emotional surrender. Imagine you are apologizing for what you did not do wrong, and you are even on your knees just because you want the pain to stop. That's what silent treatment will do to the punisher. I mean, to the sufferer, the person who is being punished, the one who suffers silent treatment, the one who is receiving it, the one who if you are the one they are keeping quiet, they are using silent treatment on. That's what I'm telling you. This is what happened to you. You have been doing it. Many of you have been doing that. Some of you have become apologetic in nature. You have been apologizing for having your own needs to be met. You apologize for asking questions. You apologize for requesting accountability. You apologize because you even discover some inappropriate behavior. Inappropriate behavior. You are the one that apologizes. And you apologize because you express your own concern, your fear. You will still apologize. Imagine telling your partner what they did that hurt you. And somehow, 3 days later, you are the one apologizing them, telling them, you are apologizing to them, telling them, I'm sorry. I shouldn't have asked. I shouldn't have brought it up. Because they were not talking to you for the past 3 days. After you told them what hurt you, what they did that pained you. And now they shut down. 3 days, they didn't talk to you. And the third day, you pick up your phone, you started begging. How did you get here now? You see, that is what is, if you want to answer that question, it's emotional diagnosis that does it. But that's what some people do. And they still think it's normal. It's not normal. You are not emotionally healthy. Everything else is okay. You are doing business, you are looking, you dress nice, you wear shoes, you drive your car. It looks good. You go to work. But you can tell emotionally you are broken. You are no longer the same. Somebody is controlling you emotionally. Somebody is in charge of your emotion. They are pressing it like a button. Remote control. So your emotional regulation is dependent on them. That is not healthy. That is not healthy. You need help. Because sometimes the original issue will just disappear completely. What you wanted to discuss was the dishonesty, but you are no longer looking at that one. You are not trying to apologize to get them back to the relationship because they know that you want to discuss the dishonesty. You want to discuss their behavior, and so they shut you down. They know you already. They know you don't like. You have not got into the matter. Now they block you away from it. So now you are discussing how you talk to them, how you said it, that is making them to be angry. So even though you wanted to discuss, you want to ask me questions concerning the matter. Is that how you talk to me? Is that how you address a man? And then the other person say, well, you have no respect for women. Even though you're going to ask me a question, is that you have to disrespect me? I'm a black woman. You don't disrespect black women. Okay, continue. Why? Then the next thing is, that's why I didn't want to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you. In fact, don't call me. Don't do this. Really? You are running from truth. And guess what? You become a victim. You start chasing. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring it that way. Now you are defending why you brought the matter up. You wanted to discuss the emotional neglect. Now you are apologizing. And the original problem never gets resolved. Instead, your reaction to the problem has become the new problem. Your reaction to the problem has become the new problem. Point number 4. What emotional silent treatment and emotional withdrawal will cause the sufferer? If emotional withdrawal, if emotional control, remember, silent treatment produces emotional withdrawal and emotional control. So I'm talking about one thing, but it is channeled into 3 branches. So you experience silent treatment. Not only that, you will start experiencing emotional withdrawal. Not only that, you will start experiencing emotional control. That's where you surrender. So your emotions is now a remote control in the hand of the silent treatment punisher. They press the button and you go a different angle emotionally. They know how to regulate the whole thing. So the 4th one that happens to you is that you will start experiencing emotional loneliness. You will experience emotional loneliness inside the relationship. So silent treatment produces emotional loneliness on the sufferer, the one who is punished. We experience. How many of you understand what I'm talking about? Come on, bear me witness now. Bear me witness. Are you not telling me none of you have experienced silent treatment before? Some of you are experiencing it now. Don't you feel lonely? Come on, talk to me in the comment section. Absolutely. You experience emotional loneliness inside the relationship. There are people today who are emotionally lonely inside their marriage. I'm telling you the truth. Emotional loneliness inside marriage. Do you know that kind of loneliness that comes from sleeping beside someone that you love who refuses to emotionally engage with you? You know that kind of loneliness? That's the one that I'm talking about. The kind of loneliness that comes from sleeping beside somebody that you say that you marry, that you love, and they refuse to emotionally engage with you. Not one day, not 2, not 3. We're talking about weeks, months, some even years. They are physically present, but that physical presence does not automatically create emotional connection. No, they suffer still. You share a house with them, but you still feel abandoned. You share children and responsibility with them, but you still feel alone. You share your finances with them, but you still feel emotionally disconnected. You can even have intimacy with them, sex, and still feel emotionally rejected. Because you see, emotional intimacy requires accessibility. Emotional intimacy requires accessibility. It requires the ability to say, you know what? Something happened between us. Let's discuss it. Let's understand it before we move on. Otherwise, the intimacy will break. It will not work. There is so many emotional divorcees. Do you understand me? Emotional divorcees. In marriage, they are married though, but they are emotionally divorced because of loneliness. When withdrawal, listen to this. When withdrawal becomes the normal response to discomfort, the normal response to unresolved emotional issues, it will accumulate. You start adding it to layers. One disagreement will become 5. 5 will become 25. Eventually, you are no longer arguing about the current issue on ground. You'll be carrying 5 years, 3 years, 15 years, 10 years of unresolved emotional pain into today's conversation. That's how many people are talking today to their partner. I mean, if you should actually look into when people are talking, if you look into their emotions, if you were to look into their emotions, you'll be shocked that they are talking from 15 years of pain that in the marriage that they have not resolved. So the issue today is very minute compared to the reaction that the issue is attracting. So the reaction that this issue is attracting is way bigger than the issue itself. The emotional response is coming from way back 15 years, 10 years, 5 years of unresolved emotional pain, and is being carried into the current situation. And that is why some couples explode. Though. They explode over something that is so tiny. I mean, if your partner explodes as a result of tiny issue, I'm telling you what is this is it. They need to detox their emotions. They need to reset. That's the only way. It can only get worse until they reset. There's no other way. You will need emotional diagnosis. All those accumulated emotional issues and trauma, unresolved pain for so many years need to be addressed. They need to be handled. You need to offload them. You need to offload, Otherwise, you can't do better. It can only get worse. Even though you talk little, it will escalate. Can't you see some people who are irritated by their partner today? Nothing about their partner is interesting to them anymore. Every little conversation, they are irritated. They will just explode over little things. Now, the person can't talk anymore. The little things they get backfired is because of, you are getting it now, many years of unresolved issues that have been piling up. You thought it was resolved. No, it wasn't, my brother. My brother, you thought it was, no, it wasn't. Sister, you thought, no, it wasn't resolved. No. But we discussed about it and everything was fine. No, it wasn't fine. No. It wasn't fine. Because there was no emotional examination. No one was able to assess the state of the damage emotionally. Not even you. And because of that, it was assumed that it was resolved. And guess what? Many others were added. Many others. So your partner will leave a cup somewhere around the table, around the living room or kitchen. Suddenly. Is it third war? We are expecting the third war. Your own second world war will happen in the house. World War III, it will happen. Some people are already experiencing World War III. Over cup, over toothpaste, over toothbrush, over food. World War III is happening in their home. Little issues lead to World War III. It's no longer about the couple. It's no longer about the issue. It is called emotional account. It's already overdrawn. There's no more money. You have overdrawn the emotional account. You are empty, exhausted, tired. There are unresolved betrayal, unspoken disappointment for years is inside. Now they are all coming out on little things. Unacknowledged loneliness that has stayed there for years, they are all coming out. Unanswered questions, unrepaired conflicts, all of them are coming out. Emotional accounts overdrawn. So every new disagreement activate the old ones. Remember that. Until and unless your emotions are reset, it will never be better. It will be worse. I'm telling you. Until you and your partner sit down to reset emotionally. That means first, there have to be a diagnosis. There have to be a diagnosis. You sit down and express your pain to a third party, not your husband, not your brother, not your auntie, not your mother. No. That's why I do it. I do it for people. So you come and explain. It's a special grace. Let me tell you something. It's a special grace. If you are not called to do it, you will suffer. Don't do it on anybody. If you have to be called to do this thing, because you see, if you are not called to do something, if you do it, let me explain. Let me give you an example. Let me give you an example. Do you know that when people have problems and you are not gifted to solve the problem, if they tell their problem to you or they let you into their world where their problem is because you are not gifted to resolve it or you are not graced to do it, you will carry their problem on your head. Their problem will rub off on you. And because you don't know what to do, you are not gifted to do it, you don't know what to do, you will become the problem. So this thing is not for everybody. What I'm talking about now, that's why very few people talk about this thing that I'm talking about like this. Very few people that I've known venture deeply into these areas. It's not for everybody. So don't go and do it to anyone. Say, okay, tell me your problem. If you are not graced to do it, you will carry it. That problem will follow you. So be careful. So that's why I'm saying that it is not for everybody, and is due to that's even some therapists can't they don't go this side. A lot of therapists don't go this angle at all. A lot of psychologists, they don't go far. They don't go like this. Many of them, they don't even survive the problem that people tell them less than a year or two. So there is an anointing, there's a grace, there's grace, there's an ability. That's what I'm telling you. It's a calling, it's a grace. This one is different. It's an assignment. It is setting emotional bondage free. People are emotionally in bondage. So there is an assignment to break them free from that bondage. That's what it's all about. So I just want you to understand that. For those of you wondering about all of these things. Okay. Let me talk about point number 5 before we can take questions. Let me talk about point number 5. Can we take one more point? Are you ready for that? One more point, yes? Is that a yes? Okay, let's take one more point. of you watching on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, ensure you hit the follow button, subscribe, share the live stream. Those of you watching on TikTok, we have over 500 people watching. In fact, on the viewer eye, we have 12,000 people watching right now on the viewer eye. That means there are people watching us that are not inside the live stream, but they are watching. They are watching from the FYP. Is it not? They call it FYP, isn't it? The viewer eye. Yeah, that viewer eye. Yeah. 12 now, it just hit 13,000. 13,000 people watching on the viewer eye. So it's a lot of people listening right now. A lot of people hearing this. So it's not just 400 of you that is inside the live stream. So what I want to say to you is, if you're watching, you have not hit the follow button. Follow now. Hit the follow button. Ensure you follow us. Hit the follow button. Let's increase the followership. Come on. Yeah, there's a plus sign. I'm talking to those on TikTok watching me on TikTok right now. There's a plus sign there. This is the moment where you hit the follow button. And this is the moment. This is the moment. It won't cost you anything. Just a tap of a button. Just tap that thing and hit the follow. That's all there is. And you will be receiving a notification whenever I'm live. And that's it. And I think you want that, don't you? So if you really want that, I will encourage you to hit the follow button and let's do it. Let's do it. Let's share this thing. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. A lot of people are pressing the button now. Thank you. Wonderful. Wonderful. Amazing. Thank you. Beautiful. Beautiful. Wonderful. Wonderful. We have already 125 people just hit the follow button. I mean, 127. It's just going. 127. 5 to 27. 127 people just follow us on this live session. Can you imagine that? In less than 2 hours of streaming, we have 127 people following us right now. Is that not worth it? That's worth it. Thank you, everyone. Beautiful. And that's just on TikTok alone. Now, let me mention the fifth one. Yeah. I will take questions. Just hold on a minute. I will take questions. Let me just take this last point. I will answer your question, okay? I'll take questions. Let me say this last point and I will take questions, okay? In fact, if you want to come on, you want to send your request, start sending your request now. If you have any question, ensure you send your request on time. And I will do my best to take it, make the questions and answer session brief so that it will get to your turn. All right. Now, point number 5, the impact of emotional silent treatment. Silent treatment on a sufferer. It affects, its effect, okay, can affect your emotions for affection. Let me put it this way. I'm trying to put it right. Affection, your affection become a reward system. Not your affection. Affection becomes a reward system for you. In other words, the silent treatment sufferer, all right, will begin to see affection as a reward, because the one who punishes you will be punishing you and giving you affection by those. That means they can regulate it. So whenever they give you affection, you feel like you are being rewarded. It's like you're blessed. It's your blessed day. It's one of your happiest day. So they can tell. So there is like a regulation. So that means you starve for affection and they feed you when they want to. They feed you one. Now, let me explain this better because you need to understand this. When everything is fine, your partner is affectionate. You agree with them, they are affectionate. I'm talking about this silent treatment person, this silent treatment punisher. As long as you agree with them, they are affectionate towards you. As long as you cooperate, they will connect with you. They will hug you, they will kiss you, they will be affectionate. They will be around you as long as you cooperate. I want you to mark that word. As long as you agree with them. As long as you do not challenge them, there will be peace. And when you disagree, or if you dare disagree, everything disappears. The peace is gone, the connection is taken, the affection is gone. Communication is gone, affection is gone. Physical, sometimes physical intimacy will be taken. Even basic courtesy is gone. So after enough repetition, your nervous system begin to learn a language. Compliant equals connection. Compliant, it's just like it's a system. Compliant, compliance equals connection. Compliance equals connection. So your brain is calculating that. That's what is registering. It start registering. Your nervous system start registering. So whenever I comply, I get rewarded. So there's a connection. So if I don't comply, I don't. So your system is looking at that. And then, okay, if I disagree, disagreement leads to abandonment. Disagreement leads to withdrawal. So oh, that's what is going on here. So you are registering a new emotional system. That can fundamentally change how you behave inside the relationship. You may be thinking that they are becoming more peaceful, or that you are becoming more peaceful. I'm not sure that those on YouTube are still hearing me. I hope they are still hearing me. God, my mic went off. I hope they were hearing me all this while. Who's watching me on YouTube? Are you commenting? Can you comment? My mic is like the battery went off. No, it's not. I'm talking about those on YouTube. I was using the mic for those on YouTube. I'm using another mic for those on TikTok. Oh dear. If you can still hear me, let me know. For those of you watching me on YouTube, I want to know. Those of you watching me on Facebook, have you been hearing me since? Anyway, so are you getting the point? So this behavior can change a lot of things in your relationship. You may be thinking that you are becoming more peaceful with them. It's not that you are not becoming more peaceful. You are becoming more afraid. That's what is going on. Because you stop confronting problems because you don't want to lose the connection that you are enjoying. Because they know if you don't comply, you will suffer. If you don't agree, you will receive disconnection. They would withdraw from you. So now, when you see something is wrong that you don't agree with, that you disagree with, you will not say anything. You will comply. So you will tolerate it just to keep the connection. This is why a lot of people have tolerated silent treatment for years. Because they wanted to keep the connection. They want to keep their marriage. Because if they speak up, the more they receive. This is why many people stay in toxic relationships. Because they don't want to lose the connection. Because the person have learned to use affection as a reward system. When a silent treatment punisher or any toxic person uses affection as a reward system, especially to persons who are starving for it, they will program you. That programming is the dangerous part of it. Where you no longer see red flag as red flag. You no longer see behavior that is unhealthy as unhealthy. You stay. Because of what you are getting, connection. title, the marriage. Some people blame it on the children, innocent children. It says because of my children. No, it's not because of children. It might be one of the reasons, but that's not the major reasons. This is it. So that is not healthy intimacy, where you have to be using intimacy for reward. Now you have not been talking to your husband, and then because you're not talking to your husband, he decided to join you in the kitchen to wash plates. Now he washed the plate, then he said, "Hey, since he washed the plate, I will let him touch me today." So that he knows that next time he will wash plates. If he doesn't wash plates, he will not touch me. What? So by the time you see the plates are not washed, or the kitchen is dirty, or some clothes are not tidy, or things are not, you say, "Oh, he didn't do it, so he will not touch me." So you put on the long face. You're angry because he left it for you to do. No. Rather communicate. Rather communicate. So question, before I start taking questions, why do people use silent treatment and emotional withdrawal? Why do people use silent treatment? Does anyone know? Who wants to tell me? Because you'll be learning a lot. I've been sharing this now. So why do people use silent treatment? Emotional withdrawal. Why do you think so? I want to go a little bit deeper on this. You need to understand. It's not enough to say somebody is toxic. Saying somebody is toxic it doesn't teach you anything. There is a root to toxicity. Toxicity is not just the problem. Toxicity is a result, is a symptom. Toxicity is a symptom. All right? Toxicity is a symptom. There is a possible root that leads to silent treatment. The reason some people use silent treatment is that, number one, they have learned from their parents. They have learned withdrawal from their parents. They have learned the silent treatment from their parents. That's one of the reasons. That's the root. It was planted in them from childbirth, from their childhood. There are people who grew up in homes that they saw conflict. They will go and hide. Children that grew up in homes where they saw daddy and mommy fighting, not just ordinary fight. They are using, they are doing terrible fight, and the children go and hide under the bed. They go and use pillow to cover their ears, and that happened to them for days, months, and years to be precise. In growing up, they themselves, there are some people who grew up in homes that they themselves experienced silent treatment punishment. They were punished for being emotional. Imagine a parent using silent treatment for a child, innocent child. Think about it. The child is crying towards the mother. The mother is pushing the child away. My friend, live here. Sit down there. Lena. Shh, shh. Mommy. Sit. Push. I don't know. Some of you haven't understand this thing. And maybe some of you do. Do you understand me? A 4-year-old. Emotionally punished. Innocent children. So now they grow up like that. As an adult now, when conflict appears, their system, it will just register. It remembers. It is called familiar emotions, familiar experience. And because it seems familiar, they know exactly what to do. What is it? Escape, shut down, disappear emotionally. It is a normal thing. It will just happen. Bam. Default. Some of them because they don't know how to process what they are feeling. So childhood. So in terms of breaking this pattern, it's not just an easy task. You have to go to their childhood. And this is one of the things we do in the emotional diagnosis session. We journey back to their childhood. We have to go back there and look at their experiences, because not everybody have the same childhood experiences. My childhood experience is never the same as yours. It could never be. The emotional environment that I was raised in that triggered all of this, this whole thing that we're doing here is never the same with yours. Do you think if I was emotionally managed, emotionally loved, if I enjoy all of the benefit of emotional intelligence, I will be here to share it with you? I'll be here to tell you, oh, this is how it is. No. I may not even be here to tell you. I will be one of the spoiled brats somewhere. Spoiled brat. Spread. Emotionally loved. I just say, mommy, daddy. Maybe that would have been it. I don't know. But it's because I actually experience rejection as a child. Innocently as a child. I experienced it. I experienced heavy emotional. If I should tell my story, I don't want to go into my story now, but it is what it is. All kind of corporal punishment you can think of that a child will go through. I went through all of them. All form of corporal punishment. You know what I mean by corporal punishment? Go and Google it. I went through all of them. I saw them. I experienced them. All of the unhealthy emotional abuse that you think of, I had experienced them from childhood. So the truth is, I'm a living testament of the deliverance, the freedom that comes from breaking free from those emotional traumas and bondages. That's why I can talk about it. That's why I can tell you, go through the process. I know how to go through the process to come out of it. I've been there. It's a journey. That's how I can walk people, by the grace of God, walk people out of it. They can walk out of it. So it doesn't matter whether it's from your childhood. We'll go there, bring you out of it. We'll condition your adult person, and then we'll condition your childhood person inside you, because there are two persons inside you now. That childhood boy is still there. That little girl is still there. Is still speaking through you. Every time that trauma triggers, it is that childhood girl, that childhood boy that is talking. You are an adult, but you go quiet easily. Why? Because that childhood boy, that little boy inside, is the one that has just taken over. Because then you go and hide yourself. Then you go quiet. Then you use silent. You won't say anything. In fact, some of us were told never to speak. How dare you respond when I'm talking? Just to speak up, to say, but before you say the twa, conk on your head, go on your knees, whatever it is. Shut up. Don't talk when I'm talking. So we learned not to speak. So a lot of us began to develop those things as a pattern, as a child. So now as an adult, when conflict, somebody just raise their voice, you zip up. Most women, when they raise their voice, the men just be quiet. So women are very good in raising their voice. Apart from men that raise their voice, most women are very good. And also, it is out of trauma that they are doing it. They are also emotionally traumatized. They don't even know. It is emotional wound that is making you to raise your voice like that. And you don't know. Because you are either responding to rejection, or responding to control, or responding to emotional abandonment. Something is going on. Or you are responding to betrayal. Whatever it is, that you raising your voice when you're supposed to talk and just be calm and talk like adult. If it's not there, then you need help. Some people got into this mess because of shame. Shame. People withdraw because of shame. The shame that is interpreted to them as failure. When you challenge them, they are hearing something different. They hear that you are actually calling them failures. I know most men that don't talk to their wife because of the way their wife challenged them about provision, about finances. That these men, what they feel is failure. The failure to provide. Some men cannot challenge a behavior that their wife is putting up because of money. And because of that, they get quiet. They use silence. They withdraw. Because of the shame that they feel. Some of them, they are thinking, if I'm the one providing, bringing the money, this woman will not do this. This woman will not do that. They will zip up. They will zip up. These are happening. It may not be happening to you, but it's happening. It's happening. Somebody just said now that I'm speaking to them. Is that in the comment section? Somebody just said you're speaking to me. That's it. So there are people that are going through these things right now. So instead of them engaging with you, they will protect themselves through withdrawal because of shame. I know this is happening. When a man can't start thinking and saying to you, it's because I'm not providing enough money. It's because I'm not providing enough. It's because you are earning more than me. When a man starts telling you that, very soon, if that man is not using silent treatment on you, he will soon start. They will withdraw emotionally. You will discover that intimacy is no longer something that they want to take serious with you. They are no longer feeling intimate. They will just withdraw emotionally. They like to be all by themselves. All the time they are thinking of how to get out of this hole that they find themselves. Shame. Shame. See, that's what a man just said. A man just wrote now. Look at the comment section. He said, I just called my wife and I told her that I am speaking to a situation. Exactly. It's happening. I'm not kidding. These are serious issues. And it's not going to stop because you hear me. It can only stop when you address the situation. Otherwise, it will get worse. This is an awareness. You are getting an awareness. But awareness not acted upon will remain the same. It will not change anything. You just get motivated and stay there. When the motivation subsides, things return to normal. All the errors begin again, all the situation challenges begin again. Motivation is not enough. There must be transformation. Intentional process to reset your emotions. Some people withdraw because they lack emotional vocabulary. Some people withdraw. They withdraw from that because they lack emotional vocabulary. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by emotional vocabulary? You ask them, how are you? How are you feeling? They say, I'm fine. You ask them, what is upsetting you? They say, nothing. But they are upset too. They are not fine. No. They say, I am fine. They are not feeling well. They say, I am okay. They are upset. They say nothing. So what do you need? I don't know. What do you mean don't know? I say, I don't know. Is it by force? I don't need anything. They need something, but say, I don't know. So in most cases, because they don't want to answer you anymore, or they just give you fewer words, they can feel something internally, but they cannot identify what it is. They can't organize and communicate it effectively. Here's another thing. A lot of people withdraw because of work. They withdraw emotionally because of work. And this is uncomfortable part. If every time they withdraw, you eventually surrender, the behavior gets reinforced. You see it? And that creates an unhealthy relationship system. And that is why you cannot diagnose everything from TikTok videos like this. No. We have to look at frequencies. We have to look at frequencies. We have to look at durations. We have to look at triggers. We have to look at history. We have to look at attachment patterns. We have to look at communication pattern. We have to look at power dynamics. You see, we have to look at repair attempts, accountability, emotional maturity. We have to look at all of these areas. And we have to look at whether both of you are actually willing to change. And this is why some of you have consumed hundreds of relationship videos. 100. You have read some books and you still don't know what to do. You know, every one of you know that on this platform, I don't give a general, this is not a platform for general information. This is not general knowledge class. That's not what we do here. It's not a general. Relationship is specific. So what we do here is specific. It's specific. So what you need is diagnosis. That's what I want to bring to you. What you need is diagnosis. That's what you need. You need that diagnosis. You need that emotional diagnosis. The question is, are you willing? Are you willing to take that step? Are you willing to do it? Are you willing to do it? So all you need to do is go to the link in my bio, book a session, a single emotional diagnosis session 101. That's what you need. Start from there. For those of you who are single, for couples, the same thing. If you're a couple, you want to speak to me, I like to speak to you one after the other. I'll speak to you first and I'll speak to your partner second. When I mean first, because you are the one watching me now. So you be the one to take the step and do your diagnosis. Once you get the outcome of your diagnosis, then your partner will now be inspired to do the same. And both of you will now have a solution at your hand, what to do, because you will know exactly what is going on. You will know why it has been happening and you couldn't stop it. And now you know what to do to break out of it. It's an assumption. Somebody say, what if he won't? It's an assumption. You are assuming. Do yours first. If you will change, everything around you will change. You take the bold step to make that change happen. Your willingness to find out whether you are emotionally healthy or not will change everything else if you eventually do. It's not about dragging your partner along yet. I will tell you whether or not your partner will be present. How do they want to tell you? Because your story will tell me the kind of partner that you have. You're the best person to tell me about your partner, right? But again, I don't take your word for it. That will not let me know whether to invite your partner or not. So when I invite your partner, it gives me a balance because your partner will tell me what you didn't tell me. There are some things you will not tell me that your partner already knows. So when I invite your partner will not tell me what you did not tell me, and that give me balance. The thing that you were ashamed to tell me, your partner will tell me about you. And that makes it beautiful. So they will definitely be motivated to come. Give solutions as solutions of what? What solution do you need? I just told you what you need is emotional diagnosis. I have to diagnose you. Were you here yesterday when I did a diagnosis on a lady? There was a lady that was here yesterday. I did almost 30 minutes diagnosis session for her. Live on the live session. To book, use the link in my bio. Okay, use the link in my bio or send me a direct message. You can send me a message right now, wherever you're watching from. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. Send me messages. All of these platforms have a messaging app or something. Send me a message or visit familyaspect.co.uk or visit familyaspect.co.uk. Familyaspect.co.uk. Very simple. Familyaspect.co.uk. And when you get there, you will see the contact form. You will see the contact form. Use the contact form to send me a message if you can't get access to send me a message from these platforms. All right. But you should be able to send message on TikTok, every one of you here. You should be able to send message on Instagram, every one of you watching. You should be able to send message on Facebook, every one of you watching. But YouTube, probably you need a link. So YouTube, you might just go to familyaspect.co.uk, type it right down or type it right or to write it down, whatever you want to do, and go there and visit it, and you'll see. Yes, let's take some questions. Solution to silent treatment vigilance. First, you are emotionally broken, damaged, and injured. So you will need emotional reset. You will need emotional reset. I did some videos on what to do if your partner is a silent treatment punisher or a silent treatment giver. I did some videos, right? But in all of that, until you go through emotional diagnosis to reset, you may not be able to withstand the damage. The damage is huge. The emotional damage is huge. See, a lot of times you might even be worse than the silent treatment giver or punisher. So the reality is you will need that emotional reset, because you will need to know the damages that has happened to you emotionally, because how you feel right now What goes on inside you will tell us what exactly is going on. Now, I don't do WhatsApp. My system is very simple. You book a session appointment, then we meet. I have your email. I can send you email, and then I will send you contact. Once you meet with me one-on-one, then for that relationship to develop into other transformational program depends on your diagnosis. You can do that, and you can always contact me using my social media platforms. They are easily accessible. You can send me messages. I will reply to your message. I always reply. Right now, I'm waiting for you to send a message because I will always reply. All right. How can we meet? In person, or you want to book? I just told you to meet is to book a session. Book a session. Send me a direct message. We'll take it from there. Now, let's take questions, please. Anyone sending requests yet? Okay, 4 people. Let me start bringing people up. I want to start bringing people up now. We'll take the questions straight up. For those 5 people who have sent their requests, let's start bringing people up. Let's start bringing people up. All right. Now, for those of you watching me on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, we are done streaming. I hope you enjoyed this section. Watch the video again, share it. I would like to read your comment. So I'm going to end that transmission now. We're going to cut off from there. I want to focus on those on TikTok. So if you're watching me on TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, you can join us on TikTok. If you're watching me on Facebook, you can join us on TikTok if you want to ask me questions so I can take your questions. Is that okay? So all the way to TikTok right now. Come on. Join me on TikTok. Look for Family Aspect on TikTok. You'll find it very easy to find. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next stream. Remember,